Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Dreamers Lab from Metaverse Summit, but also specifically my occasion to chat with some friends, to catch up, to also get to know their entrepreneur stories, etc. So today, I'm very, very glad to have a friend, Wes.
Hello.
He's an amazing entrepreneur, as you will know later, and also very, very knowledgeable around the AR, XR, spatial computing, etc. So happy to have his insights around the industry. But of course, Wes always has a very good vibes. So happy to introduce the lifestyle as well, the fellow journey around entrepreneurship and lifestyle around the digital nomad. So yeah, a lot of different topics to discuss with always with Wes. So Wes, do you mind maybe do a short introduction to the
Uh,
audience?
you already gave me a wonderful introduction. Thank you for having me here. It was also a pleasure to be last year at the Metaverse Summit, where I also spoke. That's where we got to know each other better. So now, 1 year later, I'm very happy to be here with you in this podcast. I am Wesley Babis. I'm the founder of Augmento. And yeah, like you said, I'm living this digital nomad lifestyle, going from event to event where I'm speaking or attending. And we are in the intersection of art and augmented reality merged with artificial intelligence. And it's a very interesting market to be in. Also, when you're seeing like how that is like now growing and getting into the attention, especially after Apple announced that they're going to release the Vision Pro. Now again with Meta that is like releasing the new Quest Pro or the Quest 3. So there's a lot happening, and it's up to me and like all my fellow entrepreneurs in augmented reality to really like show what are the possibilities with augmented reality and like how can it enhance and make our lives easier. How can we create different shopping experiences and engage more with your audience and with your buyers? So yeah, I'm coming from a background which is like completely different. I studied construction engineering, project management in real estate. So like I was living in Dubai before and in the Netherlands, where I was like doing 3D visualization, interior design, and like making the whole project management from A to Z. And during COVID, we saw because like we didn't really like working in that environment anymore, and we were looking more into like how during COVID are we getting the products because people cannot go to the store. Online shopping comes with a lot of problems and lack of visibility. How can we bring the products to the people at home? And in first, we thought about interior design, about like furniture, everything for in and around the house. Um, so we created Augmento to make it easy to showcase your furniture in augmented reality. But we saw after like a few months that this was not the right step yet to fully engage people in using augmented reality yet. So we pivoted that into the art niche, where like there's also an overlaps with digital art, an overlaps for to create for artists and for art galleries to make it easier to connect with their audience, to immediately put a QR code on the new artwork that they have in the gallery so people can see it in their own personal space in their house. Because when you go into an art gallery and you see this artwork of 3 meters by 2, then like most of the people think like, okay, but how big is this above my couch? Will it match with my interior? And it's like it's very hard to have a visibility with that, like how that will look. And that part like we're solving with our tool. And next to that, we also like focus now at the moment on geospatial AR. And I like to call that more like I already spoke about that last year at the Metaverse Summit. I believe in the real life metaverse, that we are using this beautiful globe that's called Mother Earth, and putting digital layers on top of the physical world. And there's like a lot of possibilities with that. Like we are announcing next week our first geospatial AR project in Amsterdam. It's going to be really exciting. Like I cannot like announce it yet. There was an internal annunciation about it with some of the people in the art world. But next week, like we're really going to launch it out. So I'll definitely let you immediately know like how you can see it. It is location based though, so it is kind of the same as like how you're looking at a Pokemon Go, where you had to like go to a location to really see and catch the Pokemon. That was the first kind of geospatial AR game. But we're doing that now with artworks. So you can go to a location, then a notification pops up, and you can see something in your surrounding happening. And yeah, that's very exciting. Like, what are the possibilities with that?
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. So I have many questions. Maybe I'll choose two specific ones for you. So maybe from a tech point of view, I remember back then when AR Core, AR Kit first came out, all the developers, entrepreneurs are very excited. They were testing out different products. Some were building collaborative games that are on AR, specifically for kids on iPad, for example. Some are building, as you mentioned, B2C or B2B2C product to showcase furnitures, let's say, or some other items in a real space. So during those years, what trend did you observe? What changed in the development phase and entrepreneurship regarding AR? Of course, as you mentioned, the geospatial first appeared as this Pokemon Go-ish location-based gameplay. What changed regarding augmented reality and geospatial technology?
Yeah. So a lot of people they were questioning augmented reality before, because when like Google came with the AR glasses, there was not the connectivity and the photorealistic view that you can create. The file sizing was still too big, and those are all components that you need to make a real good immersive experience. So over the years, that accelerated in tech what the possibilities are. Like now we're working with geospatial, where we can make an artwork of 1 GB. We can make that back to 10 MBs, and it still has like the same quality of how you are looking at it. So that cropping of the file sizing makes it easier to load when you're using web AR, because like web AR is the most used AR in this in this world at this moment, because people don't want to like really download an app anymore. So you have to create this funnel through web AR, because of course the possibilities if you're creating an app are much bigger. You can place multiple objects. The quality is better. The download it's already loaded in there. So those are like a lot of components that are making augmented reality better to use an app. But we still see that web AR is the most used form within that. That has some limitations, because you always are bound to like what Apple has in their AR core. So you can always like still scale the object, and you cannot do really much about that. Yeah, and like you said, also the geospatial AR, that's like this beautiful. We were already expecting like how this would be like going to be implemented, but now in the last couple of months, it's really rolling out, and we see like that the potential is even greater than we like could have imagined. Yeah, so with that, and of course the hardware that is like going to be much better, like with every version of the Meta and Real that is coming out, and especially with Apple that is releasing their product next year. Really exciting about that, and that's really going to change the way of how people are like still, because like augmented reality and virtual reality is kind of like still in a mix, and not as like a mixed reality, but the understanding of what augmented reality is, while people are using it every day with filters on their television when they're looking at a game, or when something is like projected, in the augmentation of like how we are seeing things on this physical world. Yeah, that's going to be a real game changer when the glasses are coming out. So that's what I'm most excited about.
Indeed, yeah. During those years, we have, of course, the hardware change, right? Devices are changing, interface, display, but also maybe infrastructure, not like intrinsic innovation, maybe, but micro innovations are also driving entrepreneurs, developers to push the limits of the product, having more and more precise geolocalization, having better gameplay, etc. So we were talking about specifically the technical part. I'm also curious about, the monetization, or let's say business model part, right? So you were mainly in a B2B2C model, if I understand it correctly, and with the product iteration, you are maybe focusing more on the art world right now, which is, the art world logics. So can you tell us about the journey of product iteration? How did you choose to focus on which specific segments? And also, maybe in general, what are the normal business model that the entrepreneurs choose? And then how do you choose your way of working?
Yeah, of course. And monetization is like one of the most important things of setting up a startup, because yeah, you have to make money at one point. So we chose to do it as a software as a service, because like you said, we are a B2B to C market, because we are working together with artists, galleries, curators, and we're making it easier for them to reach their audience, to reach a wider audience. Because if you have an art gallery in London right now, you can reach someone in Australia that is like immediately looking at the art piece in their personal space, which is making the engagement like much wider and easier to like make a sale. Um, so we're working with a subscription model in our like it's as a software as a service. It's like it has two components. Like first is the software as a service, where you can add multiple AR products to our platform. That can be sculptures, things from the wall, like paintings, like name it, everything in the art space. And that's up to 12 products. It has like a price of 49 per month. And if you scale that up, the amount of products or artworks that you have within the platform, then like that price is like moving up. Next to that, we also have an API. And the API is a licensing that you can integrate in your own website or in the website of the art gallery, where a QR code is popping up when you're looking at an art piece, so you can immediately see it in your space. That is like what we see going to be the most used case, because like you want to attract clients to your own website, of course, or put in your newsletter, put the QR code or the link to see immediately the art piece. And next to that, we also have the augmented reality agency, and that is for the geospatial projects. Because in every project, it's kind of the same. So like the base is there, but like the complexity of the artworks in 3D, that's a thing that we always have to look at, because like we have some really good 3D artists that are like in our team that are helping the artists to recreate their sculpture, or like help them with creating a digital version of the sculpture. So those are like the components in our monetization system. Um, and yeah, that's for now where we're focusing on.
Very interesting. So it's a combination of SaaS model, no code platform model, which is quite important when the startups are dealing with big companies or brands, or let's say galleries, museums. And the agency model is very important because cutting edge quality is required for, especially this art world, providing enough resources, not only a no-code platform, sometimes are quite necessary for not techy crowd,
Yeah.
especially. Maybe regarding this topic, as you mentioned, there's going to be different hardware, right? There's going to maybe be more popular, or at the beginning, not yet, but then later down the road in the future. So what do you think, let's say Apple Vision Pro is going to change the startup model, maybe for you and for startup positioning themselves in XR, AR and geospatial in general? Because a lot of entrepreneurs are talking about it, are waiting for it, since it's a very top-down approach. A lot of entrepreneurs, they don't have access to it in the very beginning, as of right now, let's say. Um, from your point of view, how should an entrepreneur be prepared for this kind of disruptors that are quite a walled garden for now?
Yeah. So we all have our phone, and that when you're looking at the augmented reality space, experience within that, you're still looking at your phone and like seeing the object through it. So although it looks photorealistic and you have the feeling that it's there, it's still not like fully immersive like the hardware of like an AR glasses is going to be. And that will be such a game changer, because of event spaces. If we're looking at like the event space of Metaverse Summit, like if you have a digital twin version of that, and you can really put on the wall the NFTs, the projects that are there, they are always there. So everybody that is walking there can have that experience and seeing those digital objects. So that's really like a big game changer also for like the whole NFT and blockchain space. So the possibilities and to integrate that within, yeah, they are very exciting. So also from a developer perspective, like, and how we are looking into like how can we create this immersive experience? How can we already be ready when the app the App Store of the Vision Pro is coming out, to be present there, because like you said, like they don't give a lot away. We do speak about it, and like with our developers, seeing like, okay, how can we already start making these experiences? Because with, especially with the Vision Pro, if you have them on, and it is with the LiDAR scanners and the 12 cameras, it immediately maps your space. So it has a very good understanding of like, this is a plant, this is a couch, this is a table. So like I can put something on it, but I cannot put it in it. So you can like, then you really have the feeling that the objects are really there. So yeah, that's going to be like the big game changer within that.
Indeed, we are all waiting for that. A lot of other devices are coming up as well.
Yeah.
So maybe I want to shift the topic a little bit about you. So, as an entrepreneur, I guess you have a very international team. Yourself are a global citizen as well, always traveling around. So, maybe from an entrepreneur and startup point of view, how to manage like a global team while you yourself are a global traveler, digital nomad at the same time.
Yeah. So like it's the Augmento team is founded by me and Remy. Like we know each other since the age of 7. Like he is more the tech oriented, I'm more the business oriented and the speaker at events. So we have like a very clear understanding of like how we do our business. Because like we cannot both travel the whole time. Because yeah, you know when you're going to events, like it's hard to always be like in different time zones to be present towards your team and really like be on top of everything. So like if we were not like in this situation building it up together, that would have been very hard. But like I'm very happy like with the way how our team is formed. So we have some people in Amsterdam, we have some developers from Vienna and Ukraine, and the rest of the team like is in different parts of the world that can be sales, marketing, and at the moment we are located here from Bali, Indonesia. I am also a lot in Dubai and Saudi Arabia. And like there it's really nice to be always because like I'm speaking there also at an event at the 12th of October, and you really feel like how they are embracing new technologies and how they look forward to like how the world is going to change like in a more immersive type, how we can implement gaming in a more immersive type. So yeah, it's always really refreshing to like see the point of view like how that is developing in Saudi Arabia. So like I don't know if you have ever been there, but it's like it's really cool to attend to the Ignite event at the 12th of October. And after that, like I will be present in Europe again a lot. So like it's kind of like difficult sometimes to when you have like this travel schedule to live out of your suitcase. But it's always also exciting because if you're like if you are at a lot of events, you meet a lot of new people, you hear different opinions about different subjects, and it's also making you more knowledge about every topic when you're going to the different events. Because like when I was at the Metaverse Summit last year, where I was like one of the few that was speaking about augmented reality, I did learn a lot also about like how the companies are thinking about the metaverse, about blockchain, about gaming, about NFTs, and how we can absorb that in what we are doing. Because like within this whole space, we all have to help each other. I feel because also with the metaverse, I believe that augmented reality is like this component also of the metaverse, next to VR, blockchain, AI. So yeah, it's really interesting to have this lifestyle. Sometimes it's a little bit tiring because of course you want to be at one location. So like I cannot say yes to every event at this moment. I have to plan that like good, because you're also setting up the business and you want to be present for that. And like so yeah, but I enjoy every second of it, and I can say to everyone that is listening that yeah, like if you have the feeling like I want to work from a different location, I'm not bound to this, I can just work from my laptop, do it, because like it really enriches your life.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. So I'm also curious about the lifestyle that you have in different countries, because from my point of view, your product, as of a lot of product in, let's say, Web3, Metaverse, in tech are intrinsically from birth global, right? But we all have our limits. We come with our cultural package. We live in a certain country at some point. Is it also helping you as an entrepreneur to do some offsite market research to get to know more about the lifestyle of different regions, countries in the
Yeah.
world? Maybe you have some fun stories or examples.
Yeah, definitely. Because like in every culture, like people are experiencing shopping differently, or because where we see that shopping is an emotion, and not only for furniture but also for art, for clothing. Like if you can tap into that emotion, and that is with every culture, that is like different, like how you engage with the people. So it's very interesting to be in Hong Kong at an art fair, in comparison to the same in Dubai or in London. So yeah, you learn from every environment, and also learn how to tap into that, because like the art world is like globally, and we're not focusing on one region, because like you have different art fairs all over the world. You have like different artists or geospatial projects that they can like showcase all around the world. So yeah, that makes it definitely very interesting to be in this space, and also the change of like how where I came from more like real estate and project development, into like a more free art world, creative. It's just, so it's, yeah, it's very liberating to working in that space.
I guess we all choose kind of the topic, the product we want to make or experience ourselves as customer, right? That is the most exciting part about entrepreneurship as well. However, that's it's also a lot of entrepreneurs why they are choosing B2C product, like consumer oriented product instead of a very B2B oriented product normally. But yeah, we have a diversity of entrepreneurs doing different things, building different tech stacks in different stage, which is great. So maybe to finish up, you mentioned a very exciting upcoming project. Maybe it's already up while we are broadcasting this episode. And maybe in a longer term, what do you see is going to happen? Are you going to do some new project based on Vision Pro? Are you going to do some other projects based on other hardware? Or yeah, what's the plan?
Yeah, so from next week, the first geospatial project is coming out, and we're doing that with a famous Dutch artist and a big car brand, in collaboration, to showcase what they did. It's going to be very exciting. I'm looking forward to it. So in Amsterdam, there will be multiple locations where you can see a big geospatial artwork, and or an artwork in AR, I should say. And that is one of the first of many geospatial projects that we're doing. We already have something planned in different parts of the world near the end of the year. So yeah, like I want to keep it a little bit a secret, so to give more of the wow effect. Please follow Augmento to and stay tuned for everything that is coming. Um, we at the moment we're like busy with like making the new website, creating more funnels for the socials, or like more content for the socials. We did like all the marketing content, which we are releasing soon. So like the big launch is coming. We worked hard on it for some time to really make it photorealistic and perfect. Yeah, we hope that everybody has that same experience as like how we want to show it, and hopefully to speak with you soon again, that I can showcase like also some more of what we did and what is coming up after annunciation. And also for the when the AR glasses are coming out with the Vision Pro, what we're doing for that, because like there's some truly amazing things coming up with some very big partnerships.
Yes, looking forward to it, Wes. So yeah, thank you so much for your time today, for sharing your story and your entrepreneurship journey. We are definitely going to see some major innovations, creativity still upcoming in the AR world in geospatial technology. So yeah, let's catch up very soon next time.
Yes, thank you so much for having me in the podcast. Good luck with all the podcasts that are coming up. I'm definitely going to tune into them and listen.
Thank you, Wes.